Discover Islam, Level 2, Chapter 8, Zakat and Khums. Welcome to Discover Islam. In this lesson, we will study Zakat and Khums. Let's begin. Zakat and Khums are two fundamental acts of worship in Islam that involve giving a portion of one's wealth to those in need. Here are at least 5 reasons why Islam obligates these forms of financial worship. Purification of wealth. Both Zakat and Khums serve as a means to purify one's wealth. Islam teaches that giving a portion of one's earnings helps cleanse the remainder of the wealth and makes it good to use. This purification is not just physical, but also spiritual, as it cleanses the heart of greed and selfishness. Economic redistribution. These financial obligations help in the redistribution of wealth within the community. By mandating that the wealthier members give a portion of their income to the less fortunate, Islam ensures a more balanced economy and helps reduce the gap between the rich and the poor. Social welfare, Zakat and Khums are vital tools for social welfare. The funds collected are used to support the needy, including orphans, widows, the poor, and those who are in debt, thus providing a safety net for the less fortunate members of the society. Strengthening community bonds. By giving Zakat and Khums, individuals contribute directly to the well-being of their community. This fosters a sense of belonging and solidarity among members, as those who give understand that their contributions directly assist their brothers and sisters in faith. Spiritual growth. Fulfilling these obligations is a form of obedience to God, which enhances one's spirituality and promotes a more disciplined religious life. It is a practical demonstration of faith and submission to God's commands, helping to develop qualities such as generosity, compassion, and gratitude. These practices not only benefit the individual by cleansing their wealth and enhancing their spiritual growth, but also benefit the community by promoting social justice and economic equality. What is Zakat? Zakat stands as a fundamental practice designed to encourage a sense of financial responsibility, social equality, and communal solidarity among Muslims. As a form of almsgiving to the needy, Zakat is not merely charitable giving, but a mandatory act of worship and a means of wealth purification for Muslims who meet the necessary criteria. The term Zakat means to purify, to grow, or to bless. This signifies that Zakat serves as a way to cleanse one's wealth by redistributing a portion of it to those in need, promoting the growth of community welfare, and invoking blessings from Allah. Zakat is mentioned over 30 times in the Quran, often in conjunction with prayer salah, highlighting that it is not just for the wealth purification, but also for the purification of other favors of God that we enjoy. For instance, the commander of the faithful, Ali, peace be upon him, says, "There is a zakat for everything, and the zakat of the intellect is tolerance of the ignorant ones." Mizan al-Hikmah, Narration No. 7604. The significance of zakat extends beyond its immediate financial and social welfare implications. Spiritually, it is a reflection of a Muslim's faith and obedience to Allah, embodying the principles of self-discipline, honesty, and compassion. By fulfilling this obligation, a Muslim purifies their wealth, acknowledges Allah's blessings, and recognizes the rights of the less fortunate. Zakat in the Quran. The Holy Quran, while ordering us to pay zakat, has not outlined the items on which zakat is applicable. Interestingly, the case of salah is also the same. While the Quran has ordered us to perform the daily prayers in more than 25 verses, does not tell us how to perform them. In these cases, we have to refer to the Sunnah for further details. What items are subject to zakat? When the jurists refer to the Sunnah, after studying and analyzing all the authentic hadiths on this subject, they reach to the following 2 conclusions. Zakat is obligatory on the following 9 items only: wheat, barley, dates, raisins, gold, silver, sheep, cows, camels. Zakat is recommended on other items that can be weighed or other things that grow from the earth. Zakat on currency. The Sunni schools of Islamic law believe that zakat is wajib on any kind of gold and silver, whereas the Shia school believes that zakat is wajib on gold and silver only if they are in form of coins. As for currencies, 3 of the 4 Sunni schools say that it is wajib to pay zakat on currencies provided they reach to the minimum value equivalent to 4.8 grams of gold and provided they were under one's continuous possession for a year. The 4th Sunni school of thought, Hanbali, believes that it is not wajib to pay zakat on currencies unless one converts them into gold or silver. The Shia scholars believe that it is not wajib to pay zakat on currencies because it is not mentioned in any hadith, while they believe that Muslims have to pay 20% of their annual net savings as an obligatory act. What is Zakat al-Fitr? Zakat al-Fitr, also known as Fitrana, is a financial obligation that becomes mandatory under certain conditions after the end of the month of Ramadan and with the arrival of Eid al-Fitr. The amount is 1 sa'a, approximately 3 kilograms of wheat, barley, dates, or raisins per person, and every obligated individual must pay this zakat for themselves and for those who are considered their dependents. Instead of these items, one can also give their monetary value to the poor. Note: the fitrana of a non-Sayyid cannot be given to any poor Sayyid, while a Sayyid can give his/her fitrana to both poor Sayyid and poor non-Sayyid. Uses of zakat. Zakat is exclusively used for these 8 categories: the poor, the needy, those employed to administer the alms, and the collectors of zakat. Individuals who, through financial aid, find a greater inclination towards Islam, creating affection in their hearts. Those who are enslaved and for whose freedom zakat is used. Debtors. Any cause that is for the pleasure of Allah. Al-Sabil. Individuals who are stranded and destitute. As the Holy Qur'an says, the charities zakat are only for the poor, the needy, their collectors, those hearts are conciliatory towards Islam, the emancipation of slaves, the debtors in Allah's way, and the stranded traveler. This is an ordinance from Allah, and Allah is all-knowing, all-wise. 960. What is khums? In Islamic finance and jurisprudence, khums, like zakat, holds a significant place as a form of financial obligation incumbent upon the followers of Islam. The term khums, derived from the Arabic word meaning 1/5 or 20%, represents a unique system of wealth distribution aimed at fulfilling social, religious, and humanitarian responsibilities. The obligation of khums finds its roots in the Quran. In chapter 8, verse 41, Allah states, "And know that 1/5 of whatever you take as spoils belong to Allah, the messenger, kinsmen of the messenger, the orphans, the needy, and the destitute traveler. If you believe in Allah and what we sent down to our worshipper on the day of victory, the day when the 2 armies met." Allah has power over all things. This verse establishes the basis for the allocation of 1/5 of annual net savings for specific beneficiaries, emphasizing the broader Islamic principle of financial equity and social justice. Where khums funds should be allocated? Khums is not a generic charity. Rather, it is specifically designated for 2 primary recipients. The first portion is allocated to the needy Sadat, who are the descendants of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and his progeny. This distribution ensures the support and well-being of the Prophet's progeny, maintaining their dignity and relieving them of financial hardships. The second portion of khums is directed toward the time or his deputy, who is identified as the most knowledgeable jurist, known as Marja. In the absence of the leader, his deputy, or Marja, serves as the representative authority entrusted with the responsibility of managing and utilizing these funds in accordance with Islamic principles. Utilization of khums. The allocation of the portion of khums, particularly during the occultation period of absence, is subject to specific guidelines provided by the Marja, the highest religious authority. These guidelines encompass a range of activities that contribute to the well-being and advancement of the Islamic community. The portion is utilized for the propagation of Islam, supporting seminaries, promoting Islamic teachings and values, maintaining the expenses of Islamic centers, mosques, libraries, and schools, among other vital initiatives. Additionally, Khums plays a pivotal role in assisting the needy, elderly, and disabled individuals, aligning with the broader Islamic ethos of compassion and social responsibility.